of them, by the nominees? Sonam?
No, I'm quite, you know, for me, since I believe that I'm an artist as an actor, I just... Everybody believes that. Yes. And honestly, I just feel, especially for women in the field of art, I know that it's male dominated. I know it. And sometimes, you know, as women, I feel because we are so sensitive and we have, I mean, I always feel like when you go through a lot of discrimination or you go through things in life, you become a better artist. And I feel women, honestly, to me, are better artists because of it. And like ma'am said, that, you know, we shouldn't discriminate between women and men, because these women are actually pioneers in the field of art itself. It has nothing to do with the fact, it doesn't have nothing to do with their gender at all.
Right.
So it's quite awesome.
I would like to mention that, you know, when we are discriminating, and it is a society where we do put people in pockets. But here is a transgender.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
that is even
That's
more the kind of a challenge that
Yeah.
transgender faces.
Yes, absolutely. And I think it's quite, I was actually quite moved by the fact that Kalki has been nominated and she's been recognized, you know, on a public platform as a woman, and she's been nominated for the work she's been doing, which I think is outstanding. So kudos to you guys. Amazing. Thank you.
We didn't have any debate on that one.
No, that's amazing.
No debate?
Amazing.
Okay, fine. Let's, Sonam, the nominees in the field of education.
Okay.
You have that list.
Yes, I do have that list. And thank you for giving me the education one. It's my favorite. Women who have strengthened our education system with new ideas, engaging techniques and learning networks. There is Shaheen Mistry, Pranshu Bhandari Patni, Safina Hussain and Farida Lambe.
Okay, so four nominees there in the field of education.
Yes.
Manji?
So it was actually, we had some debate in this category, and I'd let Belinda speak about it first.
I need my
Okay.
books. I think you better do it.
Okay, so we have Shaheen Mistry. Shaheen Mistry, as you know, is started the Akanksha Foundation and also Teach for India. And today Teach for India has a presence in over 6 cities in the country. Also encourages a lot of young people to participate in the process of educating the underprivileged children. So we thought that that was a great nomination for education. Anyone wants to add on Pranshu, maybe? Dr. Dalal. Yeah, sure.
Again, like science and technology, it is a field of innovation.
The work of almost all of them, especially Sri Mukti Sangatana, I have worked already with. Jagmati has been a comrade and colleague in every struggle that we have gone to Haryana to deal with Khap Panchayats. So I think this was a really very interesting and very difficult category to choose, because we had really everybody was as important and has made as important
And
contribution.
Amla Ruya?
Well, Amla,
Yes.
creating the
In
check
Rajasthan,
dams, check
200
dams
check
and
dams.
Water
water.
harvesting and how irrigating and employing people and the agriculture production going up,
Yes.
etc.
About,
So it was
200,000
quite a
farmers
holistic spread.
Irrigation
All right.
water, making it available to everyone, yeah.
Sonam, anything to add, or should we move on to environment?
I feel like I'm not doing much with my life at this point.
But there's a lot of your life ahead, so we'll give you things to do in each one of these
Yes,
categories.
I know.
1 month in each of them, and that will fill up.
At least in
Internship.
activist category, you have to come
In particular,
to.
we'll take you to meet somebody from one of the Khap Panchayats, whenever you want. Say when.
You have no idea what I'm capable of saying and doing.
Are you on? Is that a
You
dare?
have no idea. Yes,
right.
but yes.
Done. I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to that.
Yes.
I once had
I'm going to
one of
take
my
that.
shows, I once had somebody from the Khap Panchayat, this lady comes up to me, and that's actually it's strange how in some of those areas, the women are the people who are speaking on the other side. So she comes up to me, and I think you were there, Ranjan, I'm not
Yes,
sure.
yes,
She walks
yes.
up to my table, bangs on my table, comes
Yes.
up there, sits on my table, bangs on it, and says, "Tu pehle meri baat sun," and then tells us why women should be discriminated against. So it was, there you are. So Sonam's going to come and fight with them.
No, I've gone through that very, very
but
recently,
do you know,
actually.
Sonam, that you are not supposed to even climb on that chabutra where all these khap men sit, so it's very important that you come, so they'll all empty the space and you can come on the
Yeah,
chabutra.
actually, psychologically, it might
Yes,
be
they
a really
will
good
be
thing to
so-
do. So, okay, we're going to take you up on that.
We need,
They'll get intimidated.
exactly.
That's another thing, yes. All right, Belinda, environment.
Okay, so this is about eco-revolutionaries, environment. So,
A lot of discussion in this category.
I think they're all
Miss
like,
Belinda basically leading fort.
which is great.
Especially Harshwanti
No,
wished
but
who
Belinda
has
wasn't
climbed.
particularly swinging it towards the tiger front. That's what I'm saying. I'm noticing. None of them working in the field
One
of
of them
tigers.
was tiger reserve person. No?
Discussing, Belinda, you would recall, is the fact whether how much any project which is coming up is an issue because it is something which should be established in that
All right.
direction.
so actually the project was really good, but the biodegradable aspect was not at all. So,
Okay.
you know, quite interesting.
Dr. Ranjana Kumari, literature.
Yes, I think this was a very interesting category that not only the writers, I write, therefore I am. Nominee Anuradha Roy and also Ruby Hembom. Now, Ruby is collecting all kinds of tribal stories and putting them all together. I mean, this is something which is also very unique because this knowledge is getting lost. We are getting into all kinds of, different kinds of literature, and we don't know what our indigenous people's literature were. So this was
I mean, this is quite outstanding. I mean, business and entrepreneurship, sir, we've been actually awarding from the very beginning. And I have to tell you, they have some of the most capable women in this category. And they're very strong because, I like you said, it's known to be male dominated. And, sometimes women feel like they need to be a certain type of woman to kind of do well here. But we were very surprised that a lot of the women, like I can see Patricia Narayan and all, they're innovative with their being themselves as well, in their comfort zone as well, which I think is quite outstanding. So they are trying to create a woman's world as opposed to trying to enter a man's world and trying to get into that space. I think it's very cool.
There's also this whole challenge which we did discuss is that in this area in particular, business and entrepreneurship, when men are ambitious and aggressive, that's seen as a huge positive
Yes,
attribute.
absolutely.
So venture capitalists love that. They
Yes.
love to fund people
Yes.
like that. When women do the same, there's a very different reaction. And so very often, it's much harder for women because they're supposed to achieve the same result.
My sister went through it. She was
Yeah.
21 when she produced her first film.
Yeah.
And my father, unfortunately, was not here. He was in America shooting he was shooting in Hollywood. And my sister had such trouble getting finance for the films because, they were like, she's 21, and we had an outstanding script and we had something that was completely different. But even though, everybody thinks that we come from a certain family and it's easier, in fact, it gets tougher because people don't want to invest money. First of all, she was a woman. She was 21, even though she was in Stern and she came back and, she's extremely capable and we had some amazing things. But she was really, really judged for being a woman. And I mean, if it was a 22-year or 23-year-old man, it would have been completely different.
It would have been much easier.
Yeah,
No,
it would
and
be much
and there's a reason why it's very important to celebrate this category.
Yes.
And the reason is that you need a lot of precedents. So you must recognize. So for example, go back 20 years, if you were an Indian in Silicon Valley, you didn't get funded. There were no precedents. People said, Indian entrepreneur. Today, if you have an Indian in your team, you may be American. If you have an Indian in your team, it's much easier to get funded because there's so many success stories. We need to do that for women in entrepreneurship because the fact is you have lots of good women.
But she has proved herself.
But they suffer.
Mr. Shiva, I just wanted to ask you that with this entire focus on Startup India and entrepreneurship and the Indian Angel Network, is it becoming easier? Is there deliberate focus now on encouraging women entrepreneurs? Because that could make a massive change very soon.
This whole Startup India thing that we've unleashed, this can be a real game changer. Because let me tell you a fact that's not well known. The only country where they've done analysis of this is in the US. And they found that from 1977 till today, except for 7 years in between, all net new job growth came from startups, not from large businesses. So when you look at India and say we have to do 10 million jobs a year, The only place is going to come is startups. So this focus is needed.
All right.
It's very welcome, and I think it'll be a game changer.
All right, great. So final category, and Sonam, I'll get you to, and this is of course a place where women have been making an impact and a very public impact for decades, right?
Yes.
We still know P.T. Usha and before that. So the nominees in sports.
Okay, so the nominees of sports are Deborah Herald, Pavlio Busamatri, I hope I got her name right, Basumatri, Deepa Malik, Oinam Bembem Devi, I hope I got your names right. So these are the 4 women who have been nominated. You were saying that women have been quite public. I just feel sports in India in general, whether it's women or men, I don't think there is enough recognition. I mean, we're a huge country with a ridiculous population, and I think sports, besides cricket, I don't see any sports being relevant.
Although it's
right
starting
now.
to slowly change.
But I mean, really
In some
slowly.
areas.
I think Sonam, you're absolutely
Sanya,
right, because
you
there
know-
is almost no attention paid to sport,
And-
sport as a field.
Yeah.
So there is not enough investment in it, whether in terms of time, attention, or money.
I think the point I'm trying to make is that in sports, you do have female sports icons. Sania Mirza, Saina Nehwal, P.T. Usha, there have been sports icons.
It's
and
beginning.
that's
No, it's beginning,
it's
but what
important.
Sonam's saying has a point, that we need to pay more attention on sports per se as
As
a
a-
focus
I
of
agree with you.
attention.
Yeah,
I mean,
and-
even though when we chose the sports categories, Sonam, we must share with you that they are unusual fields. One is a cyclist, one is a football player, one is
Like I said, we are a lot of people. And we have all kinds of people. I don't understand. I'm sure that there are lots of talented athletes out there that are not getting the chance and the opportunity to be, because sports requires a lot of money to excel in this field of sports. And my request is people who are giving away money for good deeds, I think you all should invest in sports, because honestly, being a sportsman or a sportswoman encourages
Yeah.
a lot of good qualities in human beings. You know, sportsmanship and healthy competition.
Absolutely.
But Sonam, the film world is also doing a bit about it. Bhag Milkha Bhag, etc. You know, you
And
actually
other
developing
sports-based films which are now starting to come, Maricom, you know, and films like that. Just wanted to, tell all members of the jury, I think one of the things that's really great, and I guess this is part of what
Online. Is it only online right now? It's online. So vote online. मेरी गुजारिश है कि आप सब जाके इन महिलाओं के लिए वोट कीजिए. Please vote. It's very important, because these women need encouragement. They are only improving our society, and they're only improving our quality of life. So please do that. Thank you.
All right, so that voting is going to be up next, but Sonam, there's something we want you to unveil on that
Oh.
corner of the.
I love
of
this
the
part.
stage.
Awards. It's
Yeah,
exciting.
This is what the award looks like. So come, jury, we'll just stay on. We'll just get the award back here and maybe have a photo up. But let's just. Sonam, we just see the trophy being revealed. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. We'll keep the photographs going and take questions now as well. But for all of you watching us, on TV in particular. Thank you so much. Remember, those voting platforms going to be open very soon. So do get on there and vote to find the winners in this. And it's going to be a really, really tough choice. So ndtv.com/women of worth. Do log on there. You can also vote on the app, Facebook, all sorts of places. Do log on. Bye. All right. We can now take some questions. So let me just sit down for 2 more minutes. Yeah.
Trees for coming up with such a great initiative, which you are calling a philanthropic initiative, which is called Women of Worth. So I've got 2 questions. I think should ask with Sonam first. Sonam, since this event is related to women, and India is an emerging country in the world. A few days back,
Darling, it's emerged.
sorry, it's emerged. Okay. So a few days back, there an incident took place in Bangalore. A Tanzanian woman
Yes, was beaten
she was stripped and she was beaten and she was walked naked on the road. So Mr. Arnab Goswami, he says that this incident proves that India is getting racist and intolerant country. What do you like to say on this?
What would I like to say? I think racism exists all over the world. I don't think it's specific to India. But the reason education has always been my favorite category is because education and literacy is something that makes people aware and less ignorant, and makes people make decisions which are a little more thoughtful, as opposed to behaving like hooligans and people with no, and behaving jungly. I think if I might use this very crude word.
She takes offense to
Okay, sorry, it's a very crude word. I shouldn't say, but it's a colloquial term that we use. But it was a very badly done thing. But I do not think it's specific to India. Racism and intolerance is not specific to India. It's something that is across the globe. So I don't think we should kind of say that it's only Indians who are like that. I've faced racism in the world, all over. So it's fine.
All right, somebody else?
Hi, Manshi. My question is to you. So this is the 5th edition of Women of Worth this year. So how is it different this year or bigger? What are your plans? How do you make it different?
2 things. I think that...
How? Nija. Well, yes, she was an ordinary girl who did something extraordinary because she decided that she wanted to do her duty. She's the youngest recipient of the Ashok Chakra. And she was a woman of worth. Unfortunately, at the age of, before she could turn 23, 2 days before she could turn 23, she sacrificed her life in trying to help other people. Yes, so she most definitely was a woman of worth.
Hi,
Right.
मानसी दिस साइड हाँ मेरा प्रश्न आपसे ये है कि जो ये लेडीज़ जो भी विनर होंगी उनको आगे क्या प्लेटफॉर्म मिलेगा
तो एक्चुअली ये जो प्लेटफॉर्म है ये रिकग्निशन का प्लेटफॉर्म है तो आप अगर डिजिटल मीडिया पे जब आप ऑनलाइन वोटिंग करते हो तो बहुत लोगों को पता चलता है और अब हम सुबह ही डिस्कस कर रहे थे कि आजकल हम सोचते हैं कि यूथ सारा टाइम फेसबुक पे व्हाट्सएप पे है लेकिन लास्ट 2 इयर्स आई हैव नोटिस दैट जब भी ये अवार्ड्स होते हैं तो बहुत इंटरेक्शन और एंगेजमेंट होता है ऑनलाइन एंड लॉट ऑफ पीपल कम फॉरवर्ड टू डिबेट टू वोट and to establish support. So it's great for people who win and even for people who are just nominated क्योंकि उनको एक recognition का platform मिलता है और in the past there have been many stalwart winners. Chetna Gala Sinha was one of our winners. उन्होंने इंडिया में micro lending पहले establish किया था और उनके अपने वर्ड्स में ये अवार्ड ने उनको बहुत प्रोत्साहन दिया फंड्स भी मिलते हैं कुछ कुछ इनिशिएटिव्स को सो आई थिंक दिस इज अ गुड प्लेटफॉर्म फॉर देम
All right. Next couple of questions. Okay, gentlemen there, yeah, credible.
Why is it credible? I have to be very honest.
Oops.
Phones
I
on
keep-
silent, please.
Yeah, I keep saying that. I just switched it back on.
The reason this is credible, number one, is because these nominations have nothing to do with entertainment at this point, except for the field of art. I think you're talking about our other award functions which are not related to this. Women of Worth, we've been doing for this is the 5th year that we've been doing these awards. The nominations are very strict. Number one, I'm sure that they had, like I said, a very enthusiastic discussion about who the nominees will be. The voting is also going to be public, so it'll be for everybody to see. And there is credibility in recognizing women who are unrecognized, who are unsung. And this is to do that. This is not to, again, like we just mentioned, it is not to already give more credit to heroes who have already gotten credit for what they've been doing. This is for unsung heroes who are doing so much for society. There's a lot of credibility and a lot of thought and a lot of care with which we showcase these awards. This has nothing to do with me being Sonam Kapoor, L'Oreal brand ambassador, or Manashi being a part of the L'Oreal family. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with nominating and showcasing women of worth. And that is what I stand for. I feel this is what L'Oreal also stands for, and I'm sure this is also what NDTV stands for. So there is a lot of credibility and a lot of thought that has gone behind these awards.
So we've been doing a lot of work in many of these areas.
Take on it. I have a very controversial take on it, so I don't know if I should talk about it right now. I don't know if it's relevant to what we're talking about. All I know is that I do not work with people who do not respect me enough to give me my worth. That has always been my stand. That's why I always work with directors and producers and companies who give me what I deserve and who give me that respect. Otherwise, I always take a stand and I choose not to work with them. But everybody does not have that luxury. So I am not the right person to answer that question, but I definitely believe that there is pay disparity, and it's up to you whether you want to indulge it or not.
All right, thank you all so much for having joined us, and the list of nominees will be available, of course.